Breath of Torah, one word, TORAH.com, which has a few thousand hours of shiurim by my rabbi, Rabbi Rosenfeld, and also shiurim that I've given. They're free of charge. A person can listen, a person can download, if anybody's interested.
You mentioned that the prayers are accepted for the minute. Does that mean that they're also agreed to?
Accepted means agreed to, although I definitely want to make a very important point. A minyan is super special. All of us will understand and agree not all minyanim are the same, unfortunately. Meaning? It's one of the things. But it definitely increases the percentages very dramatically of a person's tefillah being answered.
I have a question. You know, we were talking about before, you said the difference between when you're hitting the Torah and the least punches.
No, I said the final punch is the winner. The one who throws the final punch, which means that at any point in time when a person says, I fell, I made a mistake, do I still have a chance to do something good? And the person does a mitzvah, does some good deed, that could be the final punch. The bell goes off and Hashem says game over, that person won. So at any point in time, please.
You arrived late in the minyan.
Excuse me?
You arrived late in the minyan. Is it best to do the prayers in order and get to the Amidah when you get to the Amidah? Or is it better to just skip and do the Amidah with the rest of the minyan?
There are several opinions on that. The most accepted opinion in Hebrew law for that is that there are certain very basic items, there's a certain very basic minimum where you can't skip those chapters at all, which are in Shachrit, Baruch Shomar, Ashrei, Yishtabach, and from Yishtabach to the Amidah. Those places there's no skipping. There are some rabbis, especially the Mekubalim, who say that a person should always do the whole thing in order because there are important connections that are being made. But in terms of from a halakha perspective, that's the minimum. Tremendous advice. Try to avoid being late. One of the highlights. Here again, I had the privilege, and it's a privilege to be able to mention this at this table. I'm human like the rest of us. And until I was privileged to meet my rabbis, there were times that I came on time, there were times that I came late. I had the privilege of meeting rabbis who had the respect for Hashem that coming on time wasn't really an option. They would joke, when you come to a wedding, you don't walk into the chuppah. Everybody knows you come for the shmorg. When you come to davening is at 7 o'clock. You don't want to be there at 7. Are you kidding? You want to be there 6:45 to 7, 20 to 7. You want to have a chance to get yourself ready. This is the highlight of the day. This is the most important. You're meeting with Bill Gates' boss. Right? You're meeting with Obama's boss. You don't want to be on time. One of my rabbis was from Russia, Rabbi Michael Dorfman, and he said in Russia, the way they conducted business, this is going back 50, 60 years ago, they would make up to meet in the train station in Moscow. Two big businessmen. They're going to meet 9 o'clock in the morning at this train station. At 8:45 if the deal was done, it means they were both there at 8:45, standing close by in position, looking at their watches. And at 1 or 2 minutes to 9, they would walk over to the appointed area and meet, and $1 million, $1 billion, whatever it was. If at 9 o'clock one of them wasn't there, the other person got up and left, and that was the last time. There wasn't any possibility of doing business again. And this is one of the things that he ingrained, to know that tefillah is a privilege. It's a meeting with the king, and what you put into it is what you take out of it. The respect of knowing that when davening is at 8 o'clock, the last possible moment that I'd like to be there would be 8 o'clock. If things are normal or right, I'm there at 8:45, 10 to 8.
You said Baruch Shamar, Ashrei, Yishtabach, and...
From Yishtabach through to Shemona Esrei. Not skipping anything.
I think we want to
Please.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming. I also want to just remind everyone that I just remembered that everybody's going to Uman. Everybody's talking about Rabbi Nachman, but Rabbi Maimon and his rabbi, Rabbi Dolphin, saved Rabbi Nachman's resting place many, many years ago from being cemented over by the Russian government for housing. And Rabbi Maimon was instrumental in saving Rabbi Nachman's resting place. They went to Moshe Feinstein, Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan, dealing with the Carter White House at the time. There was a SALT II meeting with Russia in those days. And the whole story, it's a 3-hour story, it's on my website. We have in this room a man that saved Rabbi Nachman's resting place for millions of people to go every year. I also want to just throw in some money so we can support Breslov. You can connect with Rabbi Nachman. This is for the Kollel, this is for Uman. You want to write a check to DEJ. You can get you'll get a receipt in the mail. I just thought it was funny. I'd also like to tell everybody that tonight's class will be on video. If you want to share it with people who weren't here, go to my website and click on Rabbi Maimon and you'll get the video. My website has a lot more classes coming up, and thank you so much. I'd like to thank Rabbi Aharon Grenadier, beautiful man here, who helped tonight make it happen. Thank you so much.
Email list, anyone who wants to arrange this.
I didn't realize that.
You have any lectures on the Wait, what is this? Yeah, that was a PC box. Because the air conditioning just your lecture, you go to naturally good. Recipes and my wife's paintings about the based on Mixed I have written down the information.